The world is still reeling from the loss of one of rock's most iconic and electrifying figures, Ozzy Osbourne, the unmistakable voice behind Black Sabbath, and a pioneer whose legacy transcended music, fashion, and cultural rebellion. On July 22, 2025, the man known to millions as the Prince of Darkness took his final bow, just weeks after what would become his last on-stage moment with Black Sabbath in England. His death has left an irreplaceable void in the world of music, but for his family, especially his beloved daughter Kelly Osbourne, the loss was far more intimate, more personal, and more profound. While millions of fans across the globe turned to Ozzy's music for comfort in the wake of his passing, Kelly turned to memory and love. On Friday, August 1st, Kelly shared a heartfelt tribute to her father via Instagram, an emotional gesture that resonated deeply with fans. Though the story has since disappeared from her feed, the impact of what she shared is unforgettable. In a touching and visually poetic post, Kelly showcased a striking arrangement of deep purple flowers, elegantly crafted to spell out 3 words that define her father's larger-than-life persona: Ozzy fucking Osbourne. Placed beside a serene pond and cradled by the rolling green hills of the English countryside, the tribute wasn't just a floral display, it was a declaration. A declaration of pride, grief, love, and defiance. It was raw, it was bold, and it was Ozzy. In every petal, there was the spirit of rebellion, and in every curve of the arrangement, the fierce devotion of a daughter who knew the man behind the myth. In a follow-up story, Kelly offered another window into her grief, but this one brought laughter, reflection, and nostalgia. She shared a clip from The Osbornes, the groundbreaking MTV reality series that ran from 2002 to 2005, giving fans an unprecedented look inside the chaotic, loving, and often hilarious Osbourne household. In the clip, Ozzy is seen lying in bed with Sharon, his wife of 43 years and his rock through decades of fame and struggle, offering a simple piece of advice that now feels like a final benediction. Greater than, "Listen, all you've got to worry about is getting through today. That's all you got to worry about." It's a line that feels carved out of wisdom, gritty, grounded, and deeply human. And for Kelly, who grew up in the whirlwind of her father's career and the glare of the public spotlight, it was a reminder of the strength she inherited from him. In the midst of unimaginable grief, those words now serve as a mantra, not just for her, but for anyone mourning the loss of an icon who felt like family. The tribute came on the heels of a deeply emotional day, Ozzy's funeral, held in his hometown of Birmingham, England. On that day, thousands of fans poured into the streets to bid farewell to the man who not only defined heavy metal, but who lived it with unrelenting passion. From his haunting vocals to his outrageous antics, Ozzy was never just a performer. He was a phenomenon. And Birmingham, the cradle of his legacy, became a city in mourning. As the funeral procession made its way through the heart of the city, Kelly, Sharon, and the rest of the Osbourne family paused at one of the most symbolic landmarks in Ozzy's journey, the Black Sabbath Bridge. There, in a moment of quiet reverence, they laid flowers in tribute. That bridge, named in honor of the band that changed the face of rock forever, became a place of pilgrimage for fans and family alike. For Kelly, it was more than a tribute. It was a homecoming, a goodbye, and a promise to carry forward her father's spirit. Even before these moments, just 2 days after Ozzy's death, Kelly had already begun sharing her heartbreak. In a post dated July 24th, she wrote that she had lost the best friend she ever had. The words were simple but devastating. And to those familiar with the bond between father and daughter, The phrase carried an added emotional weight. It echoed the lyrics of Changes, the 2003 duet Kelly recorded with her father. That song, filled with vulnerability and tenderness, showed a different side of Ozzy, the loving father behind the curtain of chaos. Now, in the days following his passing, Kelly's social media has become a gathering place for fans to share their condolences, memories, and gratitude. Comment sections overflow with warmth and empathy, with messages from strangers who, through Ozzy's music, felt a personal connection to the man behind the legend. Greater than, "I'm devastated to hear about your dad," one fan wrote. "My heart goes out to you and your family." Greater than, "He was a huge part of my life through his music," said another. "We grew up with him. We lived through him." For Kelly Osbourne, these tributes are more than words. They're proof that her father's legacy will never fade. Ozzy Osbourne was more than a frontman. He was a father, a husband, a cultural force, and a symbol of resilience. His battles with addiction, his triumphs on stage, and his unwavering authenticity made him a figure unlike any other. And through it all, through the noise, the fame, the fire, it was his family who knew him best. It is they who now carry the flame of his memory, illuminating a world that feels a little darker without him. As we reflect on the life and legend of Ozzy Osbourne, we hold close the voices of those who loved him most. To Kelly, to Sharon, to the Osbourne children, and to the millions who grew up with the voice that could shake the heavens, our thoughts are with you. And to Ozzy, thank you for the music, for the madness, for the magic. You may be gone, but your roar will echo forever. And perhaps that is Ozzy Osbourne's greatest legacy. Not just the albums, the tours, or the unforgettable moments of mayhem, but the emotional thread he stitched into the lives of millions. Through heartbreak and humor, through chaos and clarity, he reminded us that even the darkest souls can shine the brightest light. His music will continue to rage through speakers, his words will echo in hearts, and his spirit, raw, unfiltered, and defiantly alive, will live on in every fan who ever found comfort in his voice. Ozzy may have left the stage, but his song will never end.